Evening, I'm John Yang. Tonight, months of escalating tensions between Israelis and Palestinians have erupted into a firestorm. In an unprecedented surprise attack, the militant Hamas rulers of Gaza sent dozens of fighters into Israel by land, sea, and air. Gun battles raged for hours in communities across southern Israel, and officials on both sides say Israeli soldiers and civilians are now captives in Gaza. Israel responded with airstrikes on Gaza cities, flattening Hamas offices and residential buildings. At this hour, at least 200 Israelis are reported dead and 1,100 wounded. Palestinian officials say at least 198 Palestinians are dead and 1,600 wounded, most from fighting in Israel. Tonight, special correspondent Nurit Ben is in Tel Aviv, and we should warn you that some of the images in her report are disturbing.
Terror and carnage on Israel's streets as rockets from Hamas filled the sky.
At around 6 in the morning, a rocket fell here near the house. Everything got burnt. The house was destroyed. We live in a reality that's not real.
Israelis sheltered in place as dozens of Hamas gunmen entered Israeli border towns. Civilians are sharing videos on social media of unprecedented scenes. Heavily armed militants going house to house, firing machine guns under the cover of heavy rocket fire. These videos have been reported in Israeli media, but are unconfirmed by PBS. This video from Hamas shows how militant paragliders were also able to circumvent Israel's heavily fortified border. Gazans also broke through the border fence separating the narrow strip from Israel. The Israel Defense Forces said Hamas had kidnapped Israeli soldiers and civilians. Hamas said it was holding scores of hostages in Gaza. There were also unverified videos of Gazans purportedly stomping on an Israeli soldier's body, and Hamas militants capturing women and children. Israel responded with airstrikes on Gaza.
Since this morning, the state of Israel has been at war. Our first objective is to clear out enemy forces. The second objective is to exact an immense price from the enemy.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke with President Joe Biden Saturday.
The world's seen appalling images. Thousands of rockets in the space of hours raining down on Israeli cities. When I spoke with Prime Minister Netanyahu this morning, I told him the United States stands with the people of Israel in the face of these terrorist assaults. Israel has the right to defend itself and its people, full stop.
As Israel declared war, Palestinian civilians sought shelter.
Of course we are in fear. We are afraid of what they'll do. They might wipe us off the face of the earth.
The attacks came one day after the 50th anniversary of what Israel calls the Yom Kippur War. In 1973, Syrian and Egyptian forces launched a surprise attack on Israel. Tonight, many Israelis are likening the intelligence failure to that war. Today, Hamas supporters celebrated the attacks as Commander Mohammed Deif urged Palestinians everywhere to fight.